Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee in my beautiful Ruidoso mug. I got this 5 years ago on my first and only visit to Ruidoso and a lovely friend and mentor that lives there. So, how was your fourth? How was the holiday? I'm hoping many of you got an extended one. Ours was quiet as usual, or quiet in our house. It was quiet. Lots of fireworks, lots of noise, and our dog, poor Jack. He was good as long as I kept him on the CBD and was next to him with my hand on him. At bedtime at 12:30, he was not good again because he doesn't sleep with us. He would like to, but at any rate, hope you had a wonderful weekend. This video is about reaction. And people are in huge reaction. I looked at a couple of news stories this morning. A couple of gals in our area started yelling anti-Semitic remarks at a man sitting outside in a restaurant eating with his yarmulke on. People are lashing out over things that aren't even tied to what the thing is about. And this comes from a place of fear, powerlessness, anger, hopelessness. The state of our country is pretty precarious right now. Got a lot of stuff going on that is just not pretty. And it's the way of the world as well. And all of this is in preparation for the huge shift that we've been making, that we'll continue to make. And yesterday I was driving into Boise to do some readings at Crone's Cupboard, and I realized, I was in this heightened state. We're getting this energy, not just from Earth, the world. We're getting this from the cosmic alignment of different planets right now, too, that are feeding this energy. And I had a couple people, a couple different times, just pull right up on my tail and stay there. And I wanted to tap my brakes or just slow way down and let them know. And I gratefully caught myself and realized what it was, because truth is, they weren't hurting me, unless, of course, I had to stop quickly. But it wasn't because I was worried about that. It was because it was irritating me. And there was no real reason for that. And so what do? How can you affect the state of this reactivity in our world? Take care of you. I've said it before, the biggest job, the really only job we need to perform here is to mind our own energy, to take care of our energy, to look at it, to shed, to recognize where we are at, so that we're not sharing that negative type of energy, because we're going to share it with everyone around us that comes in any proximity to us. So minding your energy is how you can really affect this reactive energy of the collective right now. You're going to share a different type of energy. The Brat is the card that came up. I chose 3 decks that are very soft and gentle. This card came up yesterday, the Brat. And the Brat has to do with selfishness, self-centeredness. I'm going to do it my way. And on one hand, that's a good thing. You need to do your energy your way, but you are accountable for the energy you're putting out in the world. So sometimes being a brat and pulling back from what the group, the crowd thinks you should do, wants you to do, who they want you to be, is a very wise decision. It's that one, the 2-year-old that's going, I'm not doing it. I don't want to. No, the 2-year-old realizes that they are separate from you, and they start asserting themselves to see what their boundaries are. We want to assert ourselves. Look at the expression on the little brat in the cup, who's very stubborn. This is a time to be stubborn in your favor about your energy. The decks that I chose today are Love Who You Are, For the Love of Dragons, and the Sacred Traveler. These three are probably my gentlest, kindest, sweetest energy decks, which is why they wanted to come through today to help propagate more of that sweet, gentle energy. Because again, how we affect the world is through our energy, way more than through our words and even our actions. Our energy is going to hit people first, and our energy doesn't lie. Our energy is our truth. So, managing your own energy, stepping into your energetic spiritual power is one way to manage that. And what does that look like? It looks like many different possibilities: daily energy work routines, a daily choice to get quiet, connect, open, willing, ready, guide me to your higher power, and allow them in to, like they did me on the way in. That's you being in reactivity, Victoria. Just let them be. It'll resolve itself. And so that is what I chose to do. But a couple times I almost was in reaction. So you want to mind yourself. This is the relaxer, the one that says take time out. Give yourself the gift of quiet, you-ness, saying no to something that maybe you could do, maybe don't really want to do, maybe do want to do, but will not propagate the type of energy you want to be in. The music you listen to is important, because we're nothing but a light frequency energy being. We're not what we see in the mirror, just this. We're a very small part is what we see in the mirror, what we can feel and touch. 95% of us is energy and light and frequency. So listening to music that causes you to go, this feels good. Not necessarily classical. It's not necessarily this new age quiet. It is the music that causes that peace to happen within you. Very modern music, but music that resonates with that more quiet aspect. Sometimes there is reason to have, this. I remember young mother, my mother-in-law was here, and Tina Turner's I Can't Stand the Rain came on. And I said, oh, I love that music. I like to turn that on when I'm cleaning house. And my mother-in-law said, doesn't happen very often, does it? And we both laughed because, we had come to that conclusion. My house is clean. It is not spotless nor completely organized. And hers was both. And so, music can fuel where we want to go within ourselves. So if you're like this inside, if you're racing, the atoms are just going like this, put on something gentle and quiet and beautiful. And if you need some fuel to get moving and do the things you need to do, put on that music. But I can tell you, in very few instances, heavy metal is rarely going to be that music that propagates a more peaceful type of place. So that's just an example. There are other types of music, depending on who we are, that are going to cause us to do this. And even there are times we feel like we want to do that. We don't want to grow that. Again, our job is to mind our energy, mind what we're sharing in this world. And no one else can do that for you. We must do our own work. The next card that came up is, I can't read it. Oh, this is so lovely. Fail abundantly. What the hell does that mean? That beautiful little bird doesn't look much like a failure thing, does it? But beautiful card. Fail abundantly. Allow yourself the grace to be wrong, the grace to have not done it right, the grace to know that we are never going to be perfect, and there is no perfection. We have this scaled ladder within us of how we want to act in the world and how we want to be in this world. And we are going to fail sometimes at it. Failing abundantly means owning it and gleaning from it the possibility of what we could learn in this failing. We are going to fail as humans. That is the human condition. And when we're upset about those failures is when we're going to have the most growth and the most learning. If we choose, we can also choose to fall down, be the victim, and whine about this failure again. Or we can own it and go, yep, this one sucked. All right, well, what is here for me to grow with? What is here for me to learn with? Because anytime we are uncomfortable, it is an opportunity to learn and grow. And that is truly our choice. That is the management of our energy. And if you don't know really what I mean by energy management, I invite you, only if actually you're in the Boise Treasure Valley on August 1st, 5th, and 12th. I'm teaching that series of 3 classes, Exploring Your Personal Energetic Power. It's a class of teaching you about your energy, how to manage your energy with tools to help you do that, tools to help you release, ways to help you bring in the energy you want to live in. And so it's a lovely class. The first one is pretty much the same class I teach at Community Ed every semester, but people have asked me to expand on that, and so I am, because there is so much to what we can do to hold our light in a brighter, higher vibration. So fail abundantly. They're almost like opposites in words. Take action with passion, valiant courage. We each have a thing here that we came to do. And a couple of us came to do a few things, but we have a path and we have what we've wanted to learn. And both of those things can happen together as we are moving towards our path. And the hint is your path lies where your passion is. You know, I am passionate and always have been passionately curious about people. I love people for the most part. There are those days when I just hate people. Just, we're going to get those days. But on the whole, I love people. I love to work with people. I love to know about people. When I've traveled, I want the real person experience. The sites are great. The buildings are awesome, but I want people. My work has always been centered around people. That is one thing I love about the retreat. It's such an intensive, intimate, powerful time of sharing and growth and healing that can't happen in any other way. So the retreats for me are a passion-filled experience, and it shows in what happens during those retreats. And Creator always brings together the group that is perfect to walk together through that time. So if you're interested, check out my website, Solar Power, SOULER power.net, net, for the Beyond Healing retreat that's coming up in September. That is my action with passion, because the truth is, every time I schedule one, the possibility is that it won't fill. And it used to be a very fear-inducing possibility. I've chosen to open, willing, ready to allow Creator to take charge of it and let it flow. And so that took courage, because there is an investment every time I plan a retreat. And if it doesn't fill, that investment goes unreturned. So if I focus on that, I'm going to create more of that fear and that failure. Failing abundantly means make big plans. Sometimes they work. I had to cancel one in January that did not fill. And so, and truth is, there was a lot of fear around that as I planned that. It was a Guatemala retreat again. And it wasn't meant to be, and that's okay. So fail with abundance and take action with passion. That's sometimes when the biggest failure is going to happen, but you also get to learn a lot in that process. The first number 1 card, love who you are. The Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. That not maybe the best thing Hello, Kitty Cat Black, beautiful British Columbia. Thank you and welcome to my channel. I don't know. Oh, you're getting it on YouTube. Nice to see you here. Thank you for chiming in. I love to see the comments. And in this Streamyard streaming app, I don't get to see a lot of the comments until it ends and all the comments show up. So I don't know what that's about. And I do not recommend Streamyard. So just so you know, when this subscription is up, I'm going to try Restream to see if that works a little bit better. But I digress. Love who you are. That is not something we're taught. It must be cultivated. I'm open, willing, and ready to learn that. We are far more socialized into looking at everything that's wrong with us. Don't be boastful. Don't be conceited. Don't talk about your successes. Talk about your successes, not in a I'm better than you way, but to share what the universe is bringing. And at times share how that happened for you, depending on who you are and what you're doing in this life. I get to share those kinds of things. I just shared a failure. The last retreat that I held in May was a rousing success. And I have 2 more scheduled, one in September now and one in November. And so love who you are in all aspects. Forgive yourself for not being perfect because there is no perfection. But many of us strive to achieve that on a regular basis. And as we fail, instead of failing abundantly, going, okay, what do I get to learn from this? We sit and spin and go, geez, what a loser I am. I can't believe I even tried that. That was the stupidest thing I ever did. And we fall into that cycle of regret where we're spending a huge portion of our energy in the past. And then we're worried about how that's going to affect our future. Both the past and the future are illusions. Let them go. Boil, not sure why those words are coming. Boil on today. Fuel today. Allow today to be your focus. Most of the time, my todays are pretty easy to handle. I generally can handle right now. I get tripped up in being worried about, what I did in the past or how anything is going to affect the future. And that's really what this reactivity in the world is about. And oh my God, the media is just fueling it. The leaders are fueling it because fear is easy to control and manipulate. And they want us divided. They want us at each other's throats so they can manipulate more easily. The more love we bring in, I've talked many times about shedding pure love and joy on. It does not matter what you're shedding it on. This is about you. When you spend 30 seconds a day shedding pure love and joy on things, the wall, the pictures, the ceiling, the sky, the trees, the dogs, the animals, the government, the leaders, the person you're in contention with, the person you love. It is all about what that does in you. If you have a hard time spending 5 minutes in quiet time, I invite you to use those 5 minutes to shed pure love and joy on the leaders of our country, on the leaders of other countries, on the war-torn areas, on the people being affected by that war energy. Doing that fuels your soul with more love. What happens is you're pulling the love the universe has to offer, you're filtering it through, and it's pulling out your lower vibrational energies, and it's sending love because of the power of your intention to do that out to the world. Now, one point here, you want to get to that feeling of love in your heart. So think about someone or something you love intensely, children, grandchildren, pets, nature, cats, dogs, whatever. Think about them and get that swelled heart feeling, and then settle into shedding pure love and joy. Set a timer. And I can guarantee you're going to move from lower vibrational, heavier fear, doubt, anger, regret, remorse, energy up into a higher vibration. And you're going to know that by how you feel. You're going to feel lighter inside. And with a short period of practice, 2 minutes a day for 2 weeks, you will understand the value of this, because what happens is you're more filled with love of self. which means you don't need to pass judgment on others. Judgment is only us making us feel better about ourselves. And so when we already fill ourselves with the love, the unconditional love the universe has to offer, we don't need to be in judgment of others. And we can give them grace in their reactivity, which then helps fuel less reactivity in the world. The spiral. The beautiful, beautiful, all of these are beautiful cards, but the spiral is about the revisitation. Old energies, old beliefs, old feelings, things we thought we were done with will come up again and again in our life. Generally, there are a few themes that we have channeled, journeyed with, traveled with throughout our lives. And they are the bigger themes that we came in to learn and experience and explore this lifetime. Does not mean that it feels good or that it's fun. But when they come up, again, you standing in your power of creation, you brought it for you to learn and grow with. So you look at it immediately, well, almost immediately. I will sit and spin for a bit, snivel, grump. Why is this here again? Damn, I thought I was done with this. I'm so sick of this. And then I'll go, okay, I want to get done with this. So what did I bring this to me to learn? How can I grow with this? What is here for me? Hugely powerful words when you're in a place of discomfort. And then listen, be open, willing, and ready to be guided. That's inviting your angels, guides, companions in to give you the tap on the shoulder, going, remember that question you asked? What is here for me? Look up, look up. And you'll see a billboard that has nothing to do with you, but the words on it have everything to do with you. Or you'll see some other kind of sign. Something will appear to you when you're open, willing, and ready to be guided and helped along. That's what that is. We're not chess pieces here that the universe is moving around, but we can get help from the universe. Sing your own song. Look at that beautiful little bird. Be who you are. Look at my fingernails, really, well, they are kind of dirty, but I mean, they were clean a few minutes ago, but I pulled 2 weeds and that's what they look like. So when my fingernails are dirty, sing your own song, toot your own horn, do what is right for you, regardless of what others think about it. People want to be comfortable with us. So often they will want us to create ourselves so that they are more comfortable with us. It is time for you to stand in your personal comfort. I don't really want to do that. And so you don't have to lie. Don't have to go, yeah, I'm feeling sick today. I woke up, I've got a headache. I just don't feel good. What you tell them is, maybe I should have said sooner, but I'm just learning how to live by my own compass. I am not feeling that today. It is not something I want to do now. I'm sorry if that inconveniences you. That is your truth. And we want to live in our truth with ease in others so we can give them that. How they react is not your purview. You can't change their reaction to something you have said. You can be in your energy of love. You can be in that higher vibration. So you're sharing it. And the warning is as you stand more consistently in a higher vibration, there are people that are going to lose you. You're going to lose because they cannot stand in that higher vibratory energy. And that's okay. It's time for them to move on. It's time for you to move on. The last card is breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. And when you work your energy and you choose to stand in a higher vibration and you begin to take responsibility for all of the energy that comes to you, because you are the magnet for your energy needs, the opportunities to learn and grow, which are often not real comfortable. And that's okay, because you'll move back into the comfortable, fun, high vibe energy, which is also opportunity to learn. But when we become less than happy about things, we will focus, which is why some of our greatest learning comes in the greatest discomfort. And so know that you have the ability to Create the breakthrough that you desire by managing your own energy. It really is all about you. Sounds selfish? Selfish it is. Self-ish. You can't do anyone else's energy management for them. They cannot do your energy management for you. It is all up to you. We are complete for this day. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.